I bought the running shoes. I even bought the expensive socks. I downloaded the app. I made the playlist. I told myself, this is the month. And it's been 2 weeks. The shoes are still in the box. Every single day I think about it. I know I should. I know I'll feel better. But then the moment comes, and I just don't do it. Why is it so hard to just start?
Because you're trying to solve the wrong problem.
What do you mean? The problem is obvious. I need to exercise, and I'm not doing it. I lack motivation. I lack discipline.
Most people think the problem is motivation. They spend all their energy trying to find more of it. They watch inspiring videos, they set ambitious goals. But that's like trying to power a car by shouting at the engine. The real problem isn't your motivation. The problem is the size of the first step you're asking yourself to take.
The first step? You mean like getting to the gym? Or putting on my shoes?
Even smaller than that. The first step is the mental decision, the story you tell yourself about what exercise means.
To me, it means an hour at the gym, or a 5-kilometer run, something that feels significant. Otherwise, what's the point?
And that's the trap. You've decided that feeling motivated is a prerequisite for exercise.
Of course it is. If you don't feel like doing something, you won't do it. That's just human nature.
Is it? Do you wait to feel motivated to brush your teeth in the morning?
No, that's different. That's just a habit. It's automatic.
Exactly. It's automatic. The action is so small, so deeply ingrained, that motivation is irrelevant. You don't debate it, you just do it. We believe we need to feel good to act, but the reality, especially for new habits, is the opposite. Action is what creates the feeling. Action is what creates motivation.
So you're saying I should just force myself to do it, even if I hate the idea? That sounds awful. I've tried that. It never lasts.
You're still thinking of it as the 1-hour gym session. That's the second mistake we make. We set the definition of success far too high.
But you need a high goal to get results, right? You have to push yourself.
We hear this everywhere. Go big or go home. No pain, no gain. We see athletes training for hours, and we think that is the model for success. The problem with that model is that it creates a massive barrier to entry. Your brain looks at that 1-hour workout and sees a huge mountain to climb. On a day when you feel great, full of energy, maybe you can climb it. But on a normal day, a busy day, a tired day, your brain says, no thank you, let's just stay on the sofa.
That is exactly what happens. I think, I don't have a full hour right now, so I'll just do it tomorrow. And tomorrow never comes.
You've created a binary choice, 1 hour of success or 0 hours of failure. And most days, 0 is easier. We need a new way to think. The goal for today is not to have a great workout. The goal is not to burn 500 calories. The only goal for today is to win the battle of starting, to show up. We need to lower the threshold for what counts as a win.
Lower the threshold? So what? A 10-minute workout is a win? That doesn't feel like a win. It feels like I'm barely trying.
It feels that way because you're still measuring the wrong thing. Imagine a writer who wants to write a book. If their goal every day is to write a perfect chapter, they will spend most days staring at a blank page. The pressure is too high. But what if their goal is just to open the document and write 1 sentence? Anyone can do that. Exactly. And once they've written 1 sentence, writing a second one is much easier. And a third. Maybe they end up writing a whole page. Maybe they only write that 1 sentence. It doesn't matter. They won. They kept the habit alive. They reaffirmed their identity as a writer. A 10-minute walk is your 1 sentence. It's not the main goal. It's the guaranteed win that keeps you in the game.
Okay, I can see the logic. Making it smaller makes it easier to start. But there's another problem, the feeling of resistance. Sometimes it's not a logical decision, it's a physical feeling. My body just feels heavy. My brain screams, don't do it. I interpret that as a signal that I'm too tired, that I genuinely need to rest.
That feeling is real, but what we believe about that feeling is often wrong. We think resistance is a stop sign.
It feels like one.
Our brain is designed to conserve energy. Anything that requires effort is seen as a threat to that goal. The feeling of resistance is your brain's first line of defense. It's saying, "Are you sure? The sofa is very safe and requires no energy." If you listen to that voice as an order, you will almost never act, because that voice is always there. So I should just ignore it? Push through it? Fighting it is exhausting. It becomes a battle of willpower, and willpower is a limited resource. You will lose that battle eventually. Don't fight it. Don't ignore it. Negotiate with it. Negotiate with my own brain? How does that work? This is the core of the 10-minute rule. When you feel that resistance, you make a deal. You say to yourself, "Okay, brain, I hear you. You don't want to go for a 45-minute run. I get it. That sounds hard. So let's make a deal. We will just put on our running shoes and walk out the door. We will walk for just 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, if you still want to stop, we can turn around and come home. No guilt."
And what happens?
9 times out of 10, something remarkable happens. The hardest part of a run is the first 10 minutes. Once your body is warm and you're moving, the resistance fades. Often you don't want to stop. That 10 minutes turns into 15 or 20, or maybe even the full run you originally planned. But even if it doesn't, even if you do stop at 10 minutes and go home, you still won.
How?
I quit after 10 minutes. You didn't quit. You fulfilled your promise. You kept the habit. You showed up. You defeated the resistance on the hardest day. That victory is more important than any single long workout. That makes sense, but it still feels like a trick. If this is all true, why are gyms so popular? Why do smart, successful people hire expensive trainers and plan these intense workout schedules? Are they all doing it wrong? And honestly, what can 10 minutes a day actually achieve? Is it enough to make a real difference to my health? It's a fair question, and the answer is about understanding the difference between building a habit and optimizing a habit. The people with trainers and intense schedules, they already have the habit. They won the war of showing up years ago. Now they are fighting a different battle, the battle for performance, for improvement. We see them at the finish line and try to copy their strategy, but we're not at the finish line. We're at the starting line, trying to figure out how to take the first step without falling. Their strategy will fail for us because it's designed for a different problem. Our problem is consistency, not intensity. So the 10-minute rule isn't the whole plan forever? Exactly. It's not the ceiling, it's the floor. It's the minimum acceptable standard for a day. It's the safety net that ensures you never have a 0 day. And about your second question, what can 10 minutes achieve? A single 10-minute walk won't transform your body, but that's not the point. The benefits don't come from one heroic workout. They accumulate from hundreds of small, consistent ones. 100 10-minute walks is over 16 hours of exercise you would not have done otherwise. It's a foundation. And more importantly, on the good days, the days you feel motivated, your 10 minutes naturally becomes 30 or 60 because the barrier to starting is gone. You build momentum. A body at rest wants to stay at rest. A body in motion wants to stay in motion. The 10-minute rule is simply the smallest possible push to get you into motion. So the whole system is built around the worst days, not the best days. Precisely. Your old system was designed for your best self, the motivated, energetic person who exists maybe 3 days a month. That system is designed to fail. This system is designed for your most tired, busy, unmotivated self. And if a system works on your worst day, it will work every day.
So let me see if I understand this. The goal isn't the workout itself. The goal is just to start.
Yes, you're not building a fitness habit. You're building a starting habit.
And feeling motivated isn't a prerequisite for taking action. It's often the result of taking action.
That's the key insight.
To make it happen, I need to lower the threshold for success. 10 minutes isn't failure. It's a win because it keeps the chain of consistency going.
You're protecting the habit.
And when I feel that powerful resistance, I don't fight it. I negotiate with it. I make a deal to just do 10 minutes.
A deal you can always keep.
Because all those small 10-minute wins accumulate over time. They build momentum, making the next day a little bit easier.
And slowly, without even realizing it, your identity starts to shift. You stop being the person who is trying to exercise. You become the person who exercises. Maybe not perfectly, maybe not for hours, but you are someone who shows up.
It's strange. All this time, I thought the problem was my schedule, or my energy levels, or my genetics.
And now?
The real challenge wasn't in the gym at all. It was in my head. It was the story I was telling myself.
The 10 minutes? It's just permission to begin.